Welcome to Blind Abilities. I'm Jeff Thompson. A few weeks ago, I was on the road, but I had my mobile recording studio with me, and I had an opportunity to do an interview with Envision Co-Founder Karthik. Envision is the company that has developed EnvisionAI, which is a Swiss Army-like tool for OCR, object recognition, scene detection. It just does a lot of stuff.
Describe scene. Dimmed. Looks like a green plant on a table.
It was great to sit down with Karthik and talk about the app, how it's been developed, when it got developed, how Karthik and Karthik brought this tool to the blindness community and wants your input on what they are doing. They thrive on feedback is basically what he's saying. And following this interview, I give a demonstration of the EnvisionAI app. I try to highlight some of the main features to give you a little bit of the flavor that Karthik and Karthik are bringing from Envision. And if you're interested in more podcasts with a blindness perspective, check us out on the web at www.blindabilities.com. Follow us on Twitter at blindabilities and download the free Blind Abilities app from the App Store. That's 2 words, Blind Abilities. Enable the Blind Ability skill on your Amazon device just by saying, Enable Blind Abilities. So please welcome Karthik from Envision. Welcome to Blind Abilities. I'm Jeff Thompson. And in the studio with me is Karthik from Envision. How are you doing?
I'm doing good, Jeff. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. And thank you for taking the time to come on to Blind Abilities and share with us about your app, EnvisionAI. Could you tell our listeners a little bit about the app?
Yeah, and firstly, thank you for inviting us. We'd love to go on different shows and just talk to the community in general. So EnvisionAI is an app that helps people with a visual impairment to live more independently. So it uses computer vision to help people read text, recognize faces, recognize objects, and so much more. And it's currently available free to download on iOS and Android as well. Yeah.
Oh, that's great. And I went through the list of languages. There's a lot of languages that it does too.
Yeah, it's 60 different languages. So the OCR is capable of reading 60 different languages. So whatever language you have on the iPhone, you can read it, and you can read all the languages that are there on Android as well. And that's what we intend to do. We aim to be like a global app, so it fits in right in with what we want to do.
Well, 60 languages, that pretty much covers the world right there.
Yeah, exactly.
But it's not just an OCR reader. Can you tell some of the features that EnvisionAI has on it?
Yeah, sure. So Envision actually has 2 main features. One is with text recognition. So the text recognition is the OCR part where it's able to read different kinds of text, like short pieces of text or handwritten text or like even books and documents. The other part is object recognition. So it's able to detect different objects in your surroundings and then give you an idea about what it is. It can also describe scenes to you in natural languages. So it can say, for example, a person looking at the camera, a dog sleeping on the floor. It has a barcode recognition feature, and it also has color recognition. So it does both as well. And we have more general recognition features coming to the app over the next few months. So,
plus, when you're talking about scene recognition, that includes object. And when I was looking at the app, I saw that you can actually tell it exactly what something is if you want to identify it and then submit that.
Yes. So you can actually go ahead and teach Envision faces of people. And when it tries to do a scene description, if it knows the person that is in the frame, it would go ahead and add that person's name with the description itself. If, for example, like your face with Envision, and if I take a picture of you, it probably says, looks like Jeff sitting in a room, blah, blah, blah.
Oh, that's great. Another thing that I thought that this really differentiates itself from other apps that I've seen out there is for low vision people. The magnification, the color contrast, that's really unique. And I was playing with that. And even though you zoom in a little bit, it still keeps reading.
Yeah, it is. So again, like our focus was to always make this possible to use from everyone across the spectrum. We have also made the app capable of, even if you like increase the font size to the maximum that you could do on an iPhone or an Android, it's still capable of correctly adjusting the UI. It's able to do that. We have invert color as an option. So you can invert colors and be able to use the OCR on that. You can zoom, like you said, and do it. So we focus not only on people who are like, say, users of voiceover or talkback, but we also make sure that the app is available for people with low vision as well. And going forward, we have a couple of other improvements coming to the low vision aspect of the app itself.
Oh, really? That's exciting. I was really impressed because when I hit instant text, it started reading the keyboard on the laptop in front of me. Then I held it up and it started reading the page that was on the website. So I brought it over to my mixer and I kind of moved it around where I knew where some stuff was, and it was working really well.
Yeah, I mean, that is actually the instant text feature is one of the big, I would say, plus points with the app itself. And people use it in ways that we couldn't even imagine when we put that feature out. Like people use it today to read subtitles off a screen. That's how fast the feature is, right? We've had lots of users who just place the app a certain distance from the TV, and then it's able to read subtitles out loud to them. They use it to read computer screens because the OCR is really good at reading different kinds of text. It's able to pick up computer screens as well. And people use that feature a lot, and it's extremely empowering to a large number of our users.
Yeah, I was impressed with that. And then you got the document section where it'll actually help you locate the document.
Yeah, it does. So the document feature is, again, like something that's a lot of people use heavily, especially people who work and who have a lot of paperwork to read. So the app is capable of not just taking just single images. It's able to take images in batch mode. So you can go ahead and scan multiple pages at a time and then export all of them to any format you want and so on. The app is also capable of reading PDF. So you can import PDF of almost any size to the app, and you can start reading PDF in the app as well. And of course, all of this is open to 60 different languages. So no matter what language the document is in, it's able to pick it up and read it out to you.
Oh, that's great, especially for students transitioning to college and stuff. They can then use that for homework and stuff, because batch mode, that's what I would like to use that for, is when you got multiple 10 pages, just boom, 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 get them all done, and then go back and read them. And like you said, you can export them to different formats. That's awesome.
Yeah, this is actually really popular amongst students and professors or teachers. We've heard from a number of people saying that, they use Envision on iOS and Android to read like one book a day. So there's a professor that we spoke to recently from India, and he said that he uses Envision to read like massive 300, 400 page PDFs and then make notes for his students with the help of the app. And he's like, I just love using the app for this particular feature alone. And it's really good at reading text.
PDFs is important. Everyone's always asking that question. Now there's an answer for them. EnvisionAI.
Yeah. I mean, even if your PDF has images in the background, or even if your PDF contains a lot of images, it's still able to correctly extract the text from the PDF and then do the OCR and be able to give you a much better accuracy than most of the options out there.
Well, that's great. You mentioned when we first hooked up here, you had some future news coming.
Oh, yeah. We're really excited about some of the changes that we're bringing to object recognition within the app itself. So there is a tab called Scan and Find right now within the app, and we're planning to really revamp that in the coming months. So Envision would not just be really good at reading text, but also really good at recognizing objects as well. And that's our big aim for the app when it comes to iOS and Android in the coming months. And of course, we're going to constantly refine other areas of the app as well, but this is big. And also another thing that a lot of people would want to know is when are we moving to the glasses aspect of it? So that's a question that we get from a lot of users. And we're also working on porting Envision to work with smart glasses. So that is also something that you can expect pretty soon from us.
Oh, that's really cool. Then you just be looking like you're looking with eyes.
Yeah.
Like you said, on your website, it says, see what you can't.
Yeah. And that's what we aim to do with the glasses as well. So whatever you're doing on the phone right now, you're going to be able to do on the glasses as well. And we're going to constantly keep updating the software on the glasses. So whatever new features come to the app, it's also automatically going to be going to the glasses. So pretty exciting time for us here at Envision.
Oh, that's great. Well, Karthik, is there anything else you'd like to share with our listeners?
I would really love to hear from, your listeners about the experience using the app itself. We're actually a company that's very, very closely tied to the community. In fact, within the app, one of the most used features is this feature called Request a Call. So Request a Call allows you to go ahead and talk to us directly, and you can request a call from us and we'd go ahead and give you a call back as soon as we can. So this is a feature that both our users from the community and also we love because it really connects the two of us. I would like all of you guys to go out and try the app and see if you like it. And we'd love to hear your feedback either through the request a call option, or you can just shoot us a feedback from within the app also. Mm-hmm. So that's my big ask to everyone in the community, because we just love to hear from you guys. So yeah.
And they can try the free 14-day trial.
Yes. Envision is an app that's free to install. So you can install it for free and use it for 14 days. And after 14 days, you can pick any one of our subscription plans. So we have plans starting from $5 per month to $40 per annum and $200 if you want to just buy it out for a lifetime. We constantly keep putting out updates almost every 2 weeks now. So yeah, you guys, if you have any questions or concerns, we're always on top of it. And we always make sure that the app is as bug-free as possible.
Well, Karthik, I was using this earlier today and I was moving around the room and doing some testing it out, giving it it's crisp. And what I mean by that is what it reads, it just reads it. It's got good voice. I understood it right away. The learning curve was next to nothing. I just started using it and it's pretty self-explanatory. And I really like that you could program something in it to identify something. And I think in the future, like you said, find something. That'd be really cool. Just go around and find it. So good job.
Thanks. That's been only possible because the community has been constantly giving us feedback. And that's how we've been really improving, because each person who uses Envision and tells us about a feature that they would like to see or something that they would like to see improve, we have always been doing that. And that's the reason why I feel today, like, when you say the app is crisp, it's just because of the community.
Mm-hmm. What got you started on developing an app that would do all this?
Envision as an idea started way back in India in 2016, in late 2016, when me and my co-founder, we went to a school for the blind in my hometown back in India. And my co-founder was giving a talk there about being a designer and how being a designer means being able to solve problems. And designing is just problem solving. And at the end of the talk, when he asked the kids there as to what kind of problems they'd like to solve, I think a lot of them spoke about being able to read books independently, being able to go out with their friends independently, and just having the option to pursue whatever career they wanted. And that got us thinking a lot about independence. And that's when we started to put together our ideas on what's happening in AI and his ideas on what's happening in design. And the two of us came together to start working on it. At that time, my co-founder, his name is also Karthik. He was studying industrial design in Delft in the Netherlands. And he came back to Delft after his vacation in India, and he started working on Envision as a master's thesis. And eventually, the two of us started working together on early prototypes of Envision. And towards the end of his thesis, when we started showing Envision to a lot of people, they just loved it. And they said, if you guys really want to see this make a difference, you guys should start this as a company. You guys should do this full time. And that's when we started Envision back in October of 2017. And here we are, with the help of the community.
Well, I think it's a great initiative. There's so many people out there that just want something to access the same stuff everybody else accesses. And
exactly,
I could tell right away when I fired up the EnvisionAI app, it was working. I didn't have to fumble around. So anybody out there that's listening, give it a shot, do the trial, consider it. I think it works very good. I think it works better than most of them out there.
Yeah, I think our aim at Envision, or our long-term vision, is to make all visual information as accessible as possible. And that's what we're working towards every day. Yeah, and what we're doing right now fits perfectly well with that vision. We're pretty excited to come to work each day, and we see a lot of the impact, and that really drives us to work even harder on the app, and you can expect a lot more going forward.
Well, great. We're all looking forward to it. Karthik, I want to thank you very much for you and the other Karthik too, for what you guys are doing for the visually impaired and blind community, because this app really works well. I'm glad to have it on the show and talk about it here. And thanks again for coming on and talking about EnvisionAI. And I also like that it's available for Android and iOS. So great job, you guys.
Yeah, thank you so much, Jeff. And thank you for reaching out to us. And, we've been listening to Blind Abilities also. So we listen to a lot of podcasts that, we find interesting within the community to help us stay connected. And Blind Abilities is one of them. And so definitely looking forward to coming back here again with a lot more news.
Well, we will surely have you on. All right. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you so much, Jeff. Have a great day.
So let's take a look at EnvisionAI. Now, this is available on Android and iOS, and it comes with a 14-day trial. So download it, put it through its rigors, see how it works for you. There's multiple ways of subscribing. You can subscribe by 1 month for $4.99 a month, or they now have a 6-month for $29.99, an annual for $39.99, and a lifetime for $199. So let's take a look at it.
Envision.
When you open it up, It starts up with magnification up in the upper left-hand corner.
Magnifier.
Tap on that, and whatever you're looking at magnifies. And you adjust the magnification, and I hear it's pretty good, pretty steady. And you can adjust the contrast. That's very good for low vision users. So let's go down to the bottom. Now there's going to be 4 sections here. The first one's going to be text. The next one is general. The next one is scan and find, and then help. I got text selected right now, so let's do a single finger double tap. From left to right near the bottom, you're going to find start reading instantly. And that's where you just pass it over some text, and when it's detected, it'll start reading to you.
Start reading instantly. Button. Start reading instantly. Curbside waste P.O. Box 43154 Brooklyn Park, Minnesota, 55443, 0154.
All right, now I know that's a piece of mail that has to go out. Then we have
Read handwritten text. Button.
Stuff like greeting cards and stuff. That comes in handy. And finally, you have
Read document. Button. Read document. Take photo. Bottom and left edges not visible. Bottom and left edges not visible. All edges. Processing. A different way of seeing. A blind woman's journey of living an ordinary life in an extraordinary way. Lois Strachan.
But let's go back to read document button one more time.
Read document. Button.
But if you wait for it,
Double tap and hold to read multiple pages.
and that's what I'm going to demonstrate right now.
Would you like to read multiple pages? Yes. Button.
All edges visible.
Take photo.
Hold steady. All edges visible. Hold steady. Bottom and right edges not visible. All edges visible. Hold steady. All edges visible. Hold steady.
Done taking photos. Button.
All edge.
Done taking. Processing. Endorsed by the South African National Council for the Blind and the South African Guide Dogs Association for the Blind. Have you ever wondered how a blind person pours a cup of coffee? Or how they and their guide dog know when it's safe to cross a busy road? When Lois Strachan lost her sight at the age of 21 years, she had to learn the answers to these and countless other questions of how to live as a blind person in a sighted world. In this delightfully quirky and entertaining book, Lois shares some of the secrets she discovered about how to live an ordinary life in an extraordinary way despite her blindness. An entertaining, informative and educational read that gives you an insight into the life of an inspirational woman who lives life to the fullest. Well worth reading.
It seems pretty quick, maybe a little too quick, as you want to turn the pages. Once you do capture it all, you are able to go from page to page.
Next page. Button. Previous page. Button.
This may be handy, especially when you have multiple pages that you want to scan in. You can share it to multiple places on your phone or elsewhere.
Export text. Button. Message. WhatsApp. Mail. Pocket. Add to notes. Twitter. Facebook. OneNote.
I also had great success with the PDF. I went into my photos, found a PDF, and I opened it up with the EnvisionAI app, and it worked perfectly. Color detection has always been iffy. They give you a choice here from a basic 30 colors, kind of like a box of crayons, up to 900 different color variations.
Detect colors. Button. Detect dark. Medium gray. Gray. Warm gray. Purplish gray. Slate gray.
Quite a spectrum.
Sand brown. Pale brown. Dust. Very light brown. Taupe. Gray brown. Warm brown. Milk chocolate. Chocolate brown. Brown.
You can detect and read barcodes.
Scan barcode. Button. Scan barcode. Duracell Duralock Power Preserve. Describe scene. Button.
To test this, I took a picture over towards my window where I know there's a plant.
Describe scene. Dimmed. Looks like a green plant on a table. Scan and find. Tab. Recognize common objects.
To test this, I decided to just scan around the room by turning in my chair.
Room. Desk. Musical instrument. Flower pot. Drawer.
Okay.
Teach Envision. Button. What would you like to teach? Teach a face. Button. Zero faces. Zero faces. Switch to front camera.
I switched cameras and took multiple pictures of myself.
One face in frame near 1 foot away. Take photo. Button. Take photo. Add 4 more images. Take photo. Button. One face in frame near 1 foot away. Take photo. Take photo. Take photo. Take photo. Done taking photos. Enter name. Dictate. Button.
Jeff Thompson.
Inserted Jeff Thompson. Alert. Teaching successful.
Since I'm not used to the built-in voice, I decided to go into the help section and change the voice to something I'm more familiar with.
Speech. Button. Speaking rate. 50%. Adjustable. Voices. Button. English. Button. Voices. Aaron. Selected. Alex. Allison. Allison. Enhanced. Arthur. Ava. Enhanced. Catherine. Daniel. Fred. Gordon. Karen. Martha. Moira. Nikki. Enhanced. Samantha. Enhanced.
And then I decided to see if it would find me amongst the room.
Recognize custom objects.
Jeff Thompson.
Okay, I am a custom object. Now let's see if I am a common object.
Recognize common objects.
Musical instrument. Room. Selfie. Jeff Thompson. Cool.
I guess it is a selfie. But did you hear that? I'm cool.
Jeff Thompson. Cool.
One more time.
Jeff Thompson. Cool.
Hey. My overall feeling of EnvisionAI is it's pretty snappy, maybe too snappy. I would like to see a few features tweaked a little bit, such as in batch mode. When you're going to take multiple pictures, I would like to have more control when I'm ready to do it. It seemed to be taking pictures pretty quick, and I wasn't that quick. I'm going to give them some feedback on the whole entire thing. I know that object recognition is kind of basic. That's across the board with most apps, but they say they're going to be improving this, so I'm looking forward to seeing that. Overall, I think it's a pretty good app. I think it's one of the better OCR apps out there as for reading, detection of the print, and usability. So good job, EnvisionAI. Remember, there's a 14-day trial. Use that 14-day trial and decide if this is the app for you. A big shout out to Chichao for his beautiful music. You can follow Chichao on Twitter at @LChichao. Chichao.
When we share
what we see
through each other's eyes, we can then begin to bridge the gap between
the limited expectations and the reality of blind abilities.
The realities of blind abilities.
For more podcasts with a blindness perspective, check us out on the web at www.blindabilities.com, on Twitter @blindabilities. Download our app from the App Store, Blindabilities, that's 2 words, or send us an email at info@blindabilities.com. Thanks for listening.